Hello everybody, welcome to a spotlight on Panic and the Playdate from MinnMax. MinnMax is a place about games, friends getting better. I'm Ben Hanson, this is the cat from Coraline, and this is Kelsey Lewin.
And he'll be joining us on all of our adventures.
For the full adventure, we are going to explore not only Portland, we have the community meetup coming up, but also we're going to go inside of Panic and learn about the history of that very odd, very bold company that's been around for a very long time, and then also the Playdate. So join us on this adventure, please. Panic. We're here.
You sure you don't want me to get Craig and Cable to be like fake the sort of?
We don't need to fake it.
Okay.
I'm Ben.
Cable.
Good to meet you. Good to meet you.
Yeah, of course. Hey Ben, how are you?
Hey, good to see you. Good to see you in the flesh.
Yes, this is the new Panic office.
Oh yeah, we have not been. You're the first visitors.
Do you mind if we put some mics on you?
Oh yeah, sure.
This is really good.
Welcome to our definitely 80s mall / office park vibes is what we were going for. We do have a rule that anytime there's like a bootleg piece of merch, like a bootleg Firewatch merch or bootleg, we always have to order one before we do any shutdowns.
Yeah.
We have to at least give them one sale. And so that was definitely, there were like a whole string of like, that's just our logo, that's not fan art. And then just a big old workspace. It's very quiet, don't be alarmed.
Yeah, this seems great.
Oh, this is so cute.
Can you say that one more time?
Oh,
please?
it looks like a McDonald's.
Thank you, we did it. We found the floor, which I was super done. They still make these tiles today, which is bonkers to me.
This is something I really appreciate you guys, about you guys, because I feel like it's exactly what I would do if I just like had a giant office space. Is I would just be like, what makes me happy? Like, what weird thing can I put in here?
Exactly. The snacks are a little out of control right now, as always, I guess. I have a habit of buying anything that says new. Oh yeah.
What?
Yeah, this is a real product.
No.
Before you leave, we better try it.
Yeah.
Deep fascination with seeing the cycle of products, of all the products they introduce every year, which ones actually survive, right? Yeah. So few. Now this is proper fan art. This is Henry from the game Firewatch. And what we love about this pillow is this person really tried to out Ollie Moss, and his beard is the mountains.
Oh.
You see?
I hope Ollie Moss has that. He sleeps with it in his bed.
We've talked about it significantly. For thank goodness you're here, when you beat the game, and Arco, there's a secret URL in the credits. I don't want to say too much, but that you go to a page of instructions, and we encourage people to send us a self-addressed stamped envelope. That has led to quite a bit of mail. Look at this incredible bin of fan art that people have been sending with their letters.
This is,
you would not, it's actually wild.
You have to just dream of this as like a publisher or a game creator,
the best
right?
case
Like,
scenario. It's just so nice to connect to people and hear, oh man, I love that thing. And for us, it's extra weird because it's either I loved Firewatch or I love your FTP client that you made in 1999 or whatever, right? I sit back here. That's my friend Steve. Hi, Steve.
Hi, Steve.
Co-founder. We've done this for a really long time. Weird trivia.
is this your desk? Is
yeah,
this yours?
that's my desk, of course. Doesn't that one feel so good?
This is the one I
This makes
wanted.
me so uncomfortable.
Are you familiar with the fax view? Can I tell you about the fax view for a second? So,
Please.
the fax view was the only other product that used the Virtual Boy screen. So this was the first thing that used that red screen, and it's for viewing and sending faxes, which I think is the best thing ever.
You know, I have a Yokoi collection, so this has got to go in it now, clearly.
Yeah, okay. Oh my God, it's so cool. Look how nice that looks.
my God.
I mean, it's a Virtual Boy,
It's a
right?
Virtual Boy.
It's a not stereo Virtual Boy.
Oh my
I
God,
wanna know if your camera
urgent.
could
I would
pick up
love
the
to see.
Respond, please call.
Any luck?
It's
Can it
kind
can
of
it focus
working.
at all?
Yeah, it
wow,
kind
yeah,
of
you
is,
can
yeah.
Somehow Nintendo, I guess, got wind of this technology and locked it up. They're like, we exclusively want your screen for our Virtual Boy. You can't use this anymore. And we all know how that story ended. Come on into the
this
closet.
looks just like your basement.
It's a very boring closet, but you can see this is like the Everything Panic history shelf.
Oh, it
And this
still
is
says
the
Asheville.
Everything Playdate history
That's
shelf.
that's the code
Right.
name for Playdate,
Yes,
right?
correct. There's a common thread of all this stuff. It all took a lot of work. All of the times Panic stuff was mentioned in
God.
magazines or whatever, I sort of kept it all. Oh man.
Is that all
You're
Endgame?
wondering why there's an end game.
For everyone's backstory, you created the site Side Talking for the
Which was like
Engage.
because of the taco. Yeah. You know what? That's a whole. Yeah, listen to the podcast. It all makes sense. Long before this was a thing, no one's ever seen this. Our first attempt at hardware was we were like, what if you had a computer keyboard that could have RGB LEDs and could like light up the keys in different colors?
What year was this?
Oh my, so long ago. And the problem was RGB LEDs were like $4-5 each. And everybody we showed it to was like, why would anyone want this? Why do you
and
want,
now that's
why do you
every
want your
single
keyboard to
keyboard?
do colors? Like,
Now
how
I
does that
struggle
help
to find a
you?
keyboard that doesn't have that crap in it.
So we
Yeah.
were way ahead of our time on that one. And
Wow.
we were like, we're just not ready. Like, we just can't make this yet.
This
like,
is the first hardware Panic design. Then.
This is, yeah. And we kind of just hit a dead end. I kind of forgot about this.
What a neat piece of
tried to
history.
file for a patent on it, but even that was challenging. Anyways, we were clearly in over our heads. And so we're like, yeah, we'll stop.
Oh, there's photos
I'm
in here,
sweating
too.
in here. Oh, yeah,
that
look.
old
that
office?
was first apartment, the 2-bedroom apartment.
Oh, wow.
My desk was here. Steve's desk was over here.
If every video game company could just do this.
Yep.
Yes,
Just
like-
tubs. Buy tubs. How
Honestly,
expensive could they be?
honestly, not that hard.
Right.
You come up with a general sorting method and you just put a dumb label on it and that's it. Yeah.
And that's how you can hang on to Steve Jobs Legos? What is
Oh,
this?
that's it's him in his famous chair that he
Whoa.
Yeah.
And you actually got to meet Steve Jobs, right?
That is actually true.
had
That
a
was
meeting
an
with him?
extremely strange day. Yeah. Yeah, in like the Apple boardroom, and I feel like I was like 7 years old. I was so nervous and like, yeah, but it was great. And he was super nice and complimentary and
Because he wanted
us
to.
to make iTunes basically at that point. They really liked our music player.
Audion?
Audion, good. You got it. Yeah, there's
Paul.
Audion stuff somewhere in a bin here. It was a struggle trying to decide if we wanted to do that or not, but I think generally Steve and I thought this was like the only chance that we have to sort of do our own thing without responsibilities. You know, we
Steve,
weren't
the co-founder of Panic.
Sorry, Steve and Frank. Yeah, we weren't, we didn't have kids. We weren't married. Like, it's like, this is our chance. So we just kind of decided to keep going instead of make iTunes. We probably would have just been making iTunes this whole time. So in one hand, maybe a good decision. We'd probably be a lot richer than we are now. So, you win some, you lose some.
But would they have let you build a McDonald's?
No way. Absolutely not.
So-
Steve Jobs
And
hated
actually,
McDonald's.
I mean, Back to the Future, all of this would have just dissolved. None of this would have happened. Here's a little weird piece of history. I got to keep that. Okay. One of the things we really struggled with was the logo type and the font for Playdate. What is the identity of Playdate? I was in the closet and I came across this. In 2000 era, there was this incredible website of like Shockwave games, pre-Flash, right? Multiplayer games, incredibly well designed, like racing game, all this other stuff called NetBaby World. Every aspect of this website was so cool and good. And one day they put on their website that you could order this pack of collectibles, and so I like immediately jumped on it. It cost so much to ship from Sweden or whatever, and it included like a plush of their main
no.
character.
Oh, he's cute.
Yeah,
I mean, cute.
Different reactions, different reactions. And I was like, that's actually kind of a cool font that I don't see in use very often. It gives me some good vibes. That feels really nice. Like, this is nice. You will notice that it is in fact now the Playdate font, and what really sealed the deal for me is I was telling this story to David and Jesper at Teenage Engineering about how much I love this site and all this other stuff, and they're like, oh, well, that was us.
No.
That's what we
way.
did before we started Teenage Engineering. We were in NetBaby World and we made all these games. So yeah, no wonder, that makes total sense.
Wow.
So, the most
It's so full circle.
crazy, cosmic, full circle connection that you could possibly imagine. That's a strange thing about Panic, is when you've been around for as long as we have, things constantly connect and reconnect in weird ways, and it is always surprising. And this is the ultimate example of that, yeah.
Hey everybody, if you're enjoying this video from MinnMax and you want to help support us directly and help support independent games directly, you can support us on Patreon this week at patreon.com/MinnMax with 2 N's, and we will DM you on Patreon with a code for Arco, which is a really cool tactics RPG. I'll let the Steam reviews speak for themselves. It's overwhelmingly positive, Kelsey. People love it. And so if you support us at any tier on Patreon, you can get a code for that. Or if you jump up to the $10 tier and get the extended version of this video, which, Kelsey, is how long?
Oh my God. What are we at, like 5 hours by now?
It's huge. That entire version can be yours. If you jump up to that $10 tier, we'll also DM you a code for Arco if you do that. But thanks for supporting us, everybody. Hello, Oregon.
What do you think about sitting in is this boring? Talking about Playdate is weird, right? Because it's like, people are trying to calibrate immediately in the conversation. Like, so it's like a Game Boy? And you're like, well, yeah, kind of.
The sensibility of the games is modern, though.
And so years down the road now, what's the conclusion at this point?
I have to say it's been a success from me personally, and I think for Panic too.
Yeah, for sure.
We've shipped way more units than we thought we were ever going to. The fact that we shipped anything actually was a big triumph.
Yeah.
What number are you up to for shipped units?
Are we talking about that? Yeah, over 70,000.
Over 70,000.
Many layers of success coupled with many layers of challenges and difficulty. That's basically how I would summarize I mean, a literal roller coaster ride.
The worst surprise about Playdate was that it hasn't gotten any easier, actually. That it's been
totally true.
Hard the whole way through, and it has not let up.
In some ways, I think you'll never do anything if you spend all of your time thinking about all of the ways that it can go wrong, because there's a million.
If you scope it out completely, you're just going to be like, wow, that looks...
Yeah.
How would we ever do that?
Totally.
We can't do that.
I just don't think anything would ever get made anywhere. If it needs a certain degree of, we just have to give this a shot.
But I'm still trying to figure out the level of, hey, this is really hard versus like, oh my God, this is a money hole. Like, is there any world where Playdate's profitable at this point? That's what I'm trying to get a sense of.
Oh, I mean, it depends on how you look at it.
Money-wise.
If you look at the entire, interesting. You're saying profit in terms of money.
That's right.
Not goodwill. If you were to like look at the entire history, I mean, it took us so long to make it. Probably not. I mean, we'd have to sell a lot more. However, I am super confident that there's a world in which week to week or month to month Playdate could easily be profitable, not factoring in all of the money that we put into development.
Panic is 20 employees? How many?
25 maybe?
Okay.
That is incredible.
I say 30 now, but I don't know what it is.
Somewhere
You guys do all
between
this with
5
30
and 30.
people?
Yeah, that is, yes. That is interesting. We're still making Mac apps, we're still publishing multiple video games a year, and we're still making Playdate. That is a little crazy, maybe.
What is that pie graph? How many people are working on Playdate here?
Playdate's the biggest, I think.
Yeah,
with
I think so.
probably a dozen people working at least part-time on it.
I'm trying to think like what the analogy would be of just kind of like a cool piece of hardware that'll be around for a
Yeah,
decade.
it's
If you
really,
find it, that's great.
The thing is, there's not a great analogy, right?
Yeah.
Because that kind of thing doesn't really exist. It seems like either it's a huge hit or it disappears, right?
Talking about like how rare a system like this is out in the wild. That's all just a result of Panic being such a, is it fair to say weird company?
Yeah, I
odd
think that's
company?
fair. I'm not going to be offended by that in any way, shape,
Okay,
or form.
good.
Yeah.
A weird ass company.
Yeah, that is more accurate.
Yeah, like what is it about this company that lets something as odd as Playdate get out in the wild?
A lot of it has just been our infinite independence, right? There's no board of directors, there's no investors, there's nobody where we have to justify this idea, right? And that, and we talked a little bit about the fateful Steve Jobs meeting and that being a big juncture. And I mean, we very consciously took this road, and it must have been something in the back of our minds that if we're going to take that road, we have to take it. We have to do it. We have to take advantage of it. We only get one shot at life, right? Like it's, and then the older you get, the more you feel that like there's only really so much time that you have to do things. You got to do things, or you're going to be really bummed out later. And so I'm simplifying it dramatically, but and I'm not a deep thinker clearly, but probably the first of those was, if we want to really go back, the Katamari shirts that we made. So we made the first officially licensed shirts for the game Katamari Damacy. And you're wondering why and how, right? Yeah, same. Sometimes those things happen. If you try, sometimes they don't, but sometimes they do. Like, you can be surprised. That, I think, was like a taste of a world in which we can just try things. And as long as we are not like betting the farm, right?
Right.
Let's give it a shot.
But it seems like Playdate is the closest you've ever gotten to betting the
It is
farm,
the closest.
which is the part I'm trying to understand.
It's definitely
Yeah.
the closest. And like I said, it helped that we didn't know that we'd be betting the farm.
We didn't know the farm was on the line.
No one ever
It just
told us.
crept up until the whole thing.
It just kept growing. The farm got bigger.
So I think from the outside, and correct me where I'm wrong or completely naive, Is it just that Transmit is such a reliable source of income that it kind of affords the ability to, we can be flexible? You've always had kind of like that
definitely
more
helps.
reliable cash cow.
That totally helps.
Although it is fair to say game publishing has helped Playdate out a lot.
For sure. The success of Goose Game helped us a lot with Playdate. Like if Goose Game maybe wasn't like such a monster hit, we probably would have had to scale back a while ago. You know, like so it all kind of interconnects in interesting ways. It's nice to have these three chunks of business is nice.
My question going into this is just, how do you keep a cool company sustainable? And you've been doing it since, what year did this start?
Oh my God, 97 to 99, depending on when you count. A lot of it was just the dumbest business brain of all time of being, this is the money that's in the bank account, that's what we have. Like, that's what we can work with. We never took out any loans. Weirdly, when that's your framework, like, we can only spend what we have, like, that's gonna limit what you do, and that's gonna probably keep you going for a while.
To Steve and Cable's credit, their end game has not been getting bigger. Right. It's been just doing interesting stuff in a way that it can sustain itself. Not selling audio on Steve Jobs is one of the weirdest business decisions ever in terms of, if you look at what a lot of people would have done, and this is not a criticism,
No,
I mean it to be actually a compliment.
You're totally right.
They had a knowledge of what was going to make them happy in this business. Most people don't know themselves that well.
So I think someone could replicate it. I think if someone was happy making things and happy being small and happy with their revenue paying enough of a salary that they can survive comfortably, hopefully, there's a billion opportunities for people to do that. So if nothing else of what we accomplish in output, if we can at least show that there is another path, that feels nice.
For much of this, I was the designer at Panic, which is still how I think of myself.
This is sort of a walk through early Playdate development history. When we first began, we had one guy, Dave Hayden. He was the only guy here that knew how to do anything with hardware. This was, I think, the first working Playdate. What happened next is Cable wrote to Teenage Engineering. He was a big fan of their products. They make this beautiful synthesizer called the OP1. And so he wrote to them just saying, hey, we're gonna do this, do you guys want to help? And they were immediately on board with the idea. This was actually one of the first ideas they came back with, and it's almost exactly what it ended up being, to be honest.
That's crazy.
And then when we saw this, we were like, we have to do the crank. Like, that makes so much sense in terms of it being something quirky and different.
This had a bunch of ideas that we didn't end up going with, like this slider, which was going to be kind of like a spring-loaded pinball type control, and a few others. Cool.
Like a fidget toy handheld, that would be.
Yeah, almost. I mean, his thinking was always that all of these would be legit, genuine controls, not one-off gimmicks. Eventually, we kind of had to pick which way to go, and everybody was most attracted to the crank by far.
The orange was really cool, and so we asked for a bunch of plastic chips from the plastic vendor, and so we were thinking about all these different shades, and the one that we kept getting attracted to and that Cable really liked was exactly the color of exactly the color of the discs in the Nintendo disc system.
Oh yeah.
The Famicom disc system. And so we basically just bought like a dozen of these off eBay and just shipped them to our factory and said, this is the color it's supposed to be. I think Jesper, the teenage guys were actually disappointed we liked this so much because they kept on coming up with different ideas for what it should be.
You can't pick the first one.
This was a really cool one where it has like a twisty control instead of a crank. And then some wackier ideas about what a D-pad could look like.
Oh no.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you have to deal with patents with this stuff. Isn't there something about Nintendo patenting the D-pad?
I could be totally wrong, but I believe like the patent that would have been a problem for us expired during development or something like that.
Okay.
For a while, we had an idea that there might be two Playdates. We'll have Playdate and Playdate Deluxe, and this was going to be the Playdate Deluxe. This was going to be a transparent brown enclosure with the nice gold labels.
Brown.
Yes, and so we get a fair number of letters from people saying how they feel about their Playdate from people of all ages. This guy has look at this collection of yellow electronics with the Playdate front and center, so that was really cool.
didn't even know they made a yellow DS. What is this, like the 3DS and stuff?
Which one? Yeah, so that's a DSi. That's a Japan exclusive color.
Oh, wow.
That's the Pikachu Tamagotchi.
Of course.
That is not a real one. That's a like aftermarket shell, as is that one. But
Okay, we'll reach out and let them know. That
but that's now. Is this just like a stupid idea someone had at a meeting?
This
and
was
then
Nevin's idea. Nevin from
So
start
it's a
to
really
finish.
smart, cool idea.
It is. It's a very funny idea.
It was a very stupid idea that I had just from having the muscle memory of opening a pizza box, and then when I was opening my Playdate, and then just spending 5 minutes, mocking this up and posting it as just like a lol thing in our chat. And then Cable was the one who insisted that we actually make it, which I felt bad because I thought we'll sell 11 of these ever. But turns out people like this amount of goof. So it actually sold out very quickly, right? It was a matter of days online that it sold out.
Can I hold a plastic piece?
Oh, yeah.
I just want to. I don't know why this was so satisfying.
Is it pretty good?
Yeah.
James, hi.
Hi.
Good to meet you.
I'm going to show you 3 of the test fixtures that are at the factory. Basically, that is a main Playdate PCB that's inside of an interposer board that connects it down to an I/O breakout board that has a battery simulator circuit on it and various test pads. So the operator would run this software, which is the stuff that I take care of.
All of this testing, this is all happening at the factory in Malaysia, right? So they just have a bunch of duplicates of what you have here for running for every unit.
Yep.
And then you have it here as well.
Yep.
Just in case people send stuff back to here if it's malfunctioning, or what's the...
No, this is so that I can make changes to the software. I mean, I've been to Malaysia, I don't know, 7 or 8 times now. To say that the things I didn't know I would have to think about before we started this is like, it's crazy. Like super small changes in a part can mean that like a whole swath of devices, like the LEDs just aren't as bright. And the LED part is fine, but it was just, small misalignment. So then we caught that and we're like, we got to make a test for it. It was round after round after round of that. At this point, at this station, this is where the software is telling them to press all the buttons. So you're having to press and...
This is your favorite part, Kelsey. It's just
This
like
is
testing
cool.
use controllers.
I know. I wish I had a machine like this for all of my stuff. Like
I didn't even think, of course, you have to test the crank. Like a machine can't do that.
Yep, you
I
got
like that it's a little like loading bar there.
Yeah. I mean, what we've learned the hard way is that if you're serious about manufacturing, you hire staff whose only job it is to keep manufacturing running. At Teenage Engineering, they have someone whose job it is to buy parts. Full-time to liaise with the factories.
And that sounds ridiculous, but you need it.
You absolutely need it. Even at our scale, we could have used someone whose full-time job was to simply stay on top of the supply chain.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on learning all this stuff.
Yeah, this
Good
is
Lord.
really cool.
Yes, I'm sure I'll be able to use it again. Never.
Hi, I'm Arissa Studenoy, and I'm the head of developer relations for Playdate.
Nice. And did you come from Valve?
Yes, I did. I worked there for 6 years.
Getting this job in the first place, because you guys mentioned that you had no idea anyone was going to make any games for this at all. Was it like oh crap, people are making a lot of games, we need someone now? Like,
We had a developer mailing list. Like if you wanted to write a game for Playdate, sign up for this list. And we had like 50,000 very quickly. And at that point, we were like, oh, okay, people actually maybe do want to do this. And so I think that's when it made sense to bring Arissa on to manage that.
People that were chosen to be included in season 1, how does that work? Is it a matter of you're paying them a bonus to make this game, or is it as clean as, do you want to make a game for this? Great. You get a cut of it?
Everybody got compensated, in some cases very well, but it depended upon kind of when you signed up. And it was a combination of factors, basically.
So you don't have that discussion of like, oh, if one of these games could go viral in an Untitled Goose Game style way. Like, that's not any sort of metric that's helpful.
I mean, to be honest, Root Bear did on TikTok. Like there was a lot of attention paid to it there, and it did impact sales really positively. So it made a difference.
Majority of the people I had talked to at PAX West, like wanting to try the Playdate, they're like, I've seen this game. I was like, wow, that's really awesome.
One woman came up to me and she's like, is your little thing, is that the only platform that runs Root Bear? I was like, yeah?
Yeah, so I mean, are all these games technically exclusive? Like, could the developers release Root Bear on Steam as it is?
They could totally release it on whatever platform. We're not telling them that they have to keep it within like our ecosystem, or they can even release it on itch too, which a lot of devs have released Playdate games on there.
Is that true for the season games too, or are those exclusives?
Those ones are exclusive. Well,
They were exclusive for a period. I think that
Yeah.
may have run out now.
Actually-
and we have had one. Hyper Meteor was ported to
Actually-
Switch.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
What's the best-selling Playdate game?
definitely Mars After Midnight.
Oh,
Yeah,
is it?
that's been the top seller. Lucas Pope just has name recognition beyond what I realized, I think. He's really well known and brought a lot of people a lot of attention to the platform, and a lot of people who had Playdates wanted that game. We haven't really talked about Pulp, but Pulp is our kind of no-code environment for writing Playdate games. You can write, the idea was it's for writing kind of games of, low to medium complexity, but people have really taken it and totally run with it and written amazing stuff. And Island is one of those ones that I was really shocked that you could pull off what he did in Pulp.
There's a lot of people on Catalog that have made, like, this is like their first game they've ever made.
Yeah, I don't think we necessarily thought about it as like a platform to introduce more people to game development, but a lot of people have taken it that way. And it's very freeing to not have to think about 3D models and building a whole world. You can build something a little simpler that you can have running in a couple of days maybe.
What can you say about the future of games on the Playdate?
What can I say?
You like the idea of seasons as a
We've
concept?
always loved the idea of
We've always wanted to
Okay.
do more. We've always wanted to do more of that. There's a lot of logistical challenges to making it happen that have been really tricky to solve.
Stereo dock.
It's a clock, and there's like a timer app and all of these things.
All that
and
stuff is ready to go.
In my head,
Yeah.
I had this idea of
Yeah.
my life where I had
Yes, same.
this stereo dock on
Same.
my desk.
That's my
and
life.
This is my clock.
That's my dream
and
life. It's important that I apply a caveat, which is that this thing has been incredibly, ridiculously difficult. Thank you for the keys. Pairing, really difficult, really fussy. Like imagine like a really janky Bluetooth speaker.
Yeah.
That's what this kind of turned out to be. Volume, like I swear if you were too fast on the volume knob, it would just crash and like reboot. Shouldn't be hard. Volume knob, pretty well understood technology, right? And so it was just one thing after another, and then making changes to it because it was outsourced or double outsourced. Like the loop of fixes was enormous and difficult, and
It's so weird because like
Yeah.
just when I see a beautiful package and
course.
everything, I'm like, of course it's good. Of course
know.
it's
Yeah,
right.
you're
Like,
holding it.
you've-
I know, I
you've-
totally understand.
You've made it look like
Right.
there's no way it could possibly be bad.
like I said, that's why I think showing this is particularly cruel for everybody watching this, because visuals-wise, you'd think, just give me that. Just put that in the box
I'll
and give
deal
it
with
to
it.
me.
It's fine,
Yeah, but
yeah.
I can promise you that people would not particularly love the experience that they had with this device. And that's just kind of how we are. We want it to be great. We're really hopeful that someday we can crack it. We're going to keep trying. We'll do the best that we can. But yeah, it's been really hard, and now is not the time. All right, what do we got?
How's it going?
Good, we're gonna look at some old stuff.
Oh, great.
So you asked about the Katamari shirts.
Yes.
And I definitely have some. Have you seen them ever?
No.
You can see, like, of course, in classic Keita style, he's gonna give you something that you didn't expect. Like this first design is just an almost impossible to see elephant with just the very smallest of some fruits and then a
really
little princess.
good.
It's really good.
It is- this
and
is
there's
the
a
kind
little
of-
pink bird on top that you can barely. It's
Don't
really
show Kelsey
good.
the bird.
Yeah.
Okay, Takahashi's got 2 cockatiels.
Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
He posts videos of them sometimes. They're very cute.
This one is just like a dripping prince
I
down
love
the
that.
side, which
and
is
this
like
is the
super
kind of
great.
stuff that really, until Fangamer, like there really wasn't understated video game
That
merch
was our whole
especially.
goal with
Right.
these. Unfortunately, I think what people wanted was a shirt with like the prince rolling a Katamari and it says, "That's how I roll," or whatever. Like that's what people wanted from the merch. We still sold a fair amount, but it was interesting the tension of what people think they want and what we think. This is the best one by far. It's
Oh,
like-
I've seen
yeah,
this one.
Fuzzy black.
fuzzy?
Yeah,
Where,
it's fuzzy.
where have I seen this?
You're thinking
have
of the
you worn
Playdate,
this or
Kelsey.
something? No.
Yeah, man. Have you heard of the bin of old Firewatch stuff? God, It would take a long time to go through this, but
Yeah, what type of stuff is in here?
the first time we ever showed the game to the public was a special event at GDC. And on the way out, they all had to fill out feedback forms. So it's like a really interesting look at...
read some of these?
Yeah, what do we got? The scenery was beautiful, especially the part climbing out of the cave into the stars. I love the humor, especially when the radio woman was sassy. The radio woman! That's so good! So there's a little piece of history. I got a lot of history, Kelsey, too much, arguably.
Well, how do you think just Firewatch changed the course of Panic's history?
I mean, yeah, wow. Well, I certainly never expected this company would be a game publisher, and that's all because of Firewatch. So the Panic history goes on forever, right? So there's really no end to it. It's Guide to Starting Your Own Business, which is definitely
Yes, and that's how it all began.
incredible piece of history. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hold it to your
You
ear.
can give a review, George.
Wow. What a unique design. This is how everyone's gonna be talking to everyone.
Oh, we got to do the food tasting.
We gotta do it. Okay, so here's the deal with the campfire s'mores. You open it up, and it's literally just mini marshmallows
And noodles.
and ramen noodle. All right,
Thanks for having us here.
Thanks for coming. Tell me what you think.
Taste of beer.
Yeah, nice beer.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, it's just a ramen. Oh, I was so quick to. Okay, ready?
S'mores to us all.
Yeah, here we go. Oh.
I kind of laughing.
Oh, sweet
That
ramen.
is disgusting.
I don't mind it.
I don't.
Have a bite. Have a bite.
It's not. Just try it though. It's a hot chocolate that has hot noodles.
Yes.
Yes.
You're right.
Yeah, high hopes for that.
S'mores, campfire s'mores, cup noodle.
Did not expect
Yes.
to be okay with it.
See? All right.
But I would not eat that again.
Yeah. Correct.
We are, again, so lucky to have so many people that like appreciate what we do and understand what we do and support what we do. So just a thank you, just a classic corporate thank you from all of us at Panic to everyone who's kept us going for 25 years. That's incredible.
Are you going to be at the expo?
Yeah, I think I'll be sitting at our booth for a while at least and trying to sell playdates. And yeah, it should be really fun.
Yeah.
I love the Portland Retro Gaming Expo. I think it's really cool. Have you been before?
I never have. She's been 1,000 times.
I've been, but yeah, I mean, it's honestly it's one I look forward to every
Me
year
too.
because there's
Yeah.
always something. There's always something fun
Yeah,
there.
always.
We're gonna record this part.
Is this the perfect timing?
Welcome to Reel 'em In.
Oh,
This is more chicken than.
that's more bird than you've ever owned. Mary, you want to run outside and do an intro before we jump into all this food?
Okay, it's lava hot, so this is actually a good decision.
Ladies and gentlemen of Portland, Oregon, Mary Kish is here!
Welcome to our town.
Yeah, hell yeah. Where are we, Mary?
I debated talking about this because this is like my favorite chicken joint, but
Right.
I really wanted you to have the best chicken in Portland, so I'm taking you to Reel 'em In Tavern, Chicken and JoJo's.
Now, the part that was alarming to me is I was like, hey, Mary, do we need like reservations for this? And you said, no, it's a real shithole. You'll love it. I was like, is that my brand? Is I want a shithole restaurant?
Yes.
Nothing better.
This is it.
This is it.
I always get honey mustard, hot sauce, and ranch.
Smart.
And my favorite part is like the 3-piece dark meat is like where I go, but there's no losers here.
This is insane.
It's also 1,000 degrees. What do you like about Portland?
Oh, I love so much about Portland. I love how strange it is here. I love the walking distance and the biking distance is like hella good. This has become one of the most welcoming and inclusive spaces in the United States. In the pocket of Portland, you come as you are. I see so many strange people here and they're all welcome and loved and protected in this space. We have naked bike rides. Our businesses are very strange. Our food is very eclectic. I just think it's extremely welcoming. No matter what you want, you can find it here, and it's okay. Nobody yucks yums in Portland.
Hell yeah. Mary, thank you for bringing us here. Thank you for being
I'm so
inviting.
glad. I hope you're enjoying this delicious chicken.
This
It
is
is
awesome.
lava.
You were completely right about just the anticipation. I think this is the best fried chicken I've ever had in my life.
Really?
But it might be because I've been waiting so long for it,
It's
and
important.
and that's part of the experience. That's amazing.
All right, thanks, Mary.
You're welcome.
So you actually like brought video games to sell this year?
This year, I think we're like slowly building back up to like a more normal booth.
Right.
So we
But
brought
I'm guessing
video games.
it's
We got
like
two.
more like collector nerd focused
Yes.
kind of stuff.
Yeah, none of which is in here yet.
Oh,
well, I
okay.
guess a little
well,
bit.
Japanese
but
Seaman, yeah.
Yeah,
I saw
some
like
of it.
Samurai Spirits for the Neo Geo. What's this?
You might think this is interesting.
Crazy rare, weird variant, platinum hits with original art sealed make offer?
I have never seen this before.
Yeah.
I've never seen a regular art on a Platinum Games.
Oh, interesting, but it's all
case.
sealed
Yeah.
with the security sticker.
That's for my employee there. I mean, to be perfectly
don't
honest,
look
no,
at
it's
that
fine.
part.
It's fine. I think this is probably worth somewhere in the like 100 to 200 range. Yeah.
But then again, there are people who they think they have everything for Xbox.
Right.
And
well, that's
they're
me
going to
with
see that and be
WonderSwan.
like, oh, I don't have everything.
Yeah.
And then it's, you know.
I would get excited about a weird WonderSwan variant I didn't know about.
Right,
So yeah.
right. You wouldn't even get excited about it. You would
I'd just buy it,
instantly.
yeah.
Right, yes.
Hey, Kelsey, you want to explain where we are, what this is, and what your history with this place is?
Yeah, we're at the Portland Retro Gaming Expo. This expo's been around for a very long time. What year did it start? Like 2005, 6?
Yeah, something like, I mean, it was like the Northwest video game enthusiasts meetup and
it did
flea
not
market
start as
and swap meet kind of a thing at
Yeah.
the very beginning. Yeah.
And it was tiny, and even my first year here, which was like 12 years ago, it was a lot smaller than this.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And then you're over there with Atari.
I'm over there with Atari, yeah.
Sweet.
Well,
and then
kind
what
of.
time?
You don't have to work this
And
weekend,
wandering.
right?
Yeah, I do
Other
not
than
have to
doing
demo
panels.
games. I'm okay. I don't have to be there. Yeah, but we have a huge booth.
So the other reason that our booth is usually kind of not a number one priority here is because we primarily come here to buy stuff for the store.
Weird. A lot of stores don't even want to touch like boxes or manuals or PC big box games or just weird stuff. They don't put it out at the store, and a lot of stores bring it here to get rid of it. Just to buy like one little table like this, like a couple $100, like it's not that much at all. So you have collectors that are liquidating here. And they don't want to go home with it. They want to sell all of it.
And those are the best vendors.
Yeah.
What's your history with Panic then? What do you think about Panic as a company?
Oh, gosh. The Playdate is super cool. My wife actually got a lot more use out of the Playdate so far than I did because she is a huge Lucas Pope fan. I mean, as we all are, but I mean, she was just like, oh, I have to play the Mars After Midnight game. So she sat there with the Playdate and played through the whole thing, you know? Yeah. Oh, yeah, they're great. I mean, they brought us Untitled Goose game. I mean, what more can you ask?
Yeah, it's funny looking at their booth over there in the big box. Like that's the big Playdate in that box, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's weird
man,
to know
that
that
would
we're
be a fun unboxing.
I
Right?
know.
Oh,
yeah.
So this is weird. It's a giant, we sell a little handheld gaming system. This is a giant version of it. And so we're gonna just put it right here, basically. Okay, I did not know the TV was not in it. Okay.
You're getting it?
Isn't this how it should look?
That's it. That's the Playdate experience. A color version of the Playdate.
It's finally backlit.
This is great. So we're cutting it a little close to the community meetup. And so it'd be nice to do a hike to go see the waterfalls. What do you think? Do we got time for a 2-mile hike, or is it going to be secretly a disaster?
You probably do. I have these little legs.
Holy cow. That's awesome.
Wow.
So what is this? Is my
Let's
main question.
Let's go read some plaques.
Oh, I was born to read plaques.
It's conceived as a facility to serve travelers during driving the Columbia River Highway.
Holy cow.
It's pretty good. Air smells great here too.
Yeah, this is great. So have you explored much of the Portland area?
Not of Portland, no. Done a lot of this kind of stuff in Seattle and Washington and stuff, but no, not in Portland yet. This is not how ducks are.
Hey,
they don't
sir,
have 4 of them.
You're not how ducks are, and we'd like you to atone for that. This is beautiful. What the hell, Oregon? Why didn't you tell me about this?
What is
amazing.
like? How do these rocks work? Why do they look like that?
Is there somebody we can ask? How do these rocks work? You know what it is? It looks like if you were holding a stack of like noodles.
Ooh, yeah.
It's like the
yeah,
bottom
like
of the
toothpicks
noodles
or something.
Yeah. I mean, if this is Horizon, obviously we'll be able to climb right up that.
Well, that's the yellow paint. That's where you can climb.
Yep, and you can jump across that up there.
Are you like a swim in a waterfall kind of guy?
Oh yeah. Occasionally. I want to be more than I am. Okay, Kelsey, I'll report back. If we lose radio communication, don't come try and find me. Microphone, I know you're not gonna like it.
I think he's gonna do it.
I'm gonna try and get closer.
Is he gonna do it?
Oh my God.
Is he sitting? Is he sitting on the wet rocks? Okay, he's going for it. Oh my God, he's doing it.
This is insane.
What's that? This looks like a video game.
Oh my God, okay.
All right, he's checking it out,
It seemed like a good idea, Kelsey.
It's so
This
misty.
is a deleted scene from Prometheus.
I feel very powerful right now.
No, Kelsey, don't go into the beam. Don't go into the beam. Great job,
Did
Kelsey.
I look powerful and cool and...
Yo,
Yeah.
it looked amazing.
Awesome.
Yeah,
That's
wasn't that
everything
great?
I've wanted to be. That was actually really cool. Doesn't this look like a, you know, like a cool waterfall, but doesn't this look like not,
I got some good
like a little thin, right?
Wispy wimpy.
A little wimpy.
Right.
And then you get up there, it's not wimpy.
Oh, at breakfast the other day, you asked me what I was gonna do if I retired from MinnMax.
Yeah, and now you're gonna say it on camera?
I don't know. Yeah, I think it's something interesting. I do think about it a lot. Of like, well, it's the best thing possible, but what if I left?
I mean, I do too, for what it's worth. It's like, I don't know. I think I'll know if business is not doing well, and it won't have to be a like, I need to figure this out in a month kind of thing.
Right. But even if business is going well, do you think you'd ever hit that point of like, I'm just gonna hit a nuclear reset button? That's the life. How many people are on that boat? Stupid waterfall. MinnMax community meetup folks. These folks here. Hi. Hi. Hello. Thank you for coming out. This crew over here. This crew over here. This is my old friend Ben over here. More about him later. This lovely crew here. George from Top Agenda. This lovely crew here. There's folks over here, folks over there. Huge thank you to everybody who came out to the MinnMax community meetup, especially in a town like Portland. Like, you never know. No offense to Portland. You just never know, like, who's going to come out for these types of things. And the answer is this many people. Normally we just have a lot of like super loud music. Thank you. Thanks again. So nice to meet you, Ben. Hey, pleasure. Take care, man.
Fostering such a positive community, man. It's so fun to be a
Thank the mods in the Discord.
Thank you, buddy.
Appreciate it. Hi, how's it going? I'm shooting part of the travelogue, but hi, can I meet you? No, all good. My name's Ben. And what was your name again? Donnie. Donnie, jump on in, please. Thank you. We'll round everybody up for a photo in a little bit. Kelsey.
You said jump on in.
Hey, Kelsey. Thoughts on the meetup so far?
Right? Is this way more people than you thought?
Way more people than I thought.
You're making content right now?
Right now, Mary Kish.
Such a hustler. You get over here and have a beer.
No, I'm not gonna have fun. All right, so you're playing a Playdate. You could use a backlight. We all agree.
Yeah.
Okay. So you made this. You made this game?
Yes, inspired by the Overblood Super Replays, which I only just recently watched. I started doing an Overblood demake on Playdate in Pulp. I only started it last week, so
it's
I'm not
called
very
Underblood.
far. Underblood. Underblood. So the bit is you have to crank to crouch because everything is you have to crouch to do everything in Overblood.
Yep, it's the worst game ever. Yeah. What do you think about the Playdate, like programming for the Playdate?
Oh, I mean, I tried a lot of different things, and Pulp was the first thing that made any sense to me at all.
Was just that easy?
Yeah.
Track my face.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
Oh, try and dodge it. Do the old trick. Try and dodge. Don't spill the beer, but dodge the camera. Okay, we're waiting for a couple people, Johnny. We're waiting for just a couple people to get out here. So we're just gonna wait. Get out here! Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, everybody.
Oh, it's a little messy, but it's okay.
Awesome, thank you. Final meetup travelogue talk. Thanks everybody for closing this place down. And thanks to everybody who already took off. Old friend Ben, you made that song. It was the intro to the podcast for a while.
So that was the peak of the MinnMax podcast. I was a big fan.
Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
How you doing?
We're set up. Mostly.
Congratulations. It's beautiful.
Thank you. doesn't feel beautiful. I'm being self-conscious.
You are being way too self-conscious. Do you want to be self-conscious with the microphone on?
Great.
I need my Wonders 1/3 color. So what is your goal today, Kelsey, at the time before the public comes in?
I just want to start seeing things. This is where people bring the weird stuff. I think there's a booth near mine that had a Nintendo hot seat. You guys had the hot seat, right?
Are you selling that?
Yeah, $800.
I've never seen one in person, so that sounds reasonable to me, to be honest. I do feel I do feel like I'd actually fit in this, which is, this is for children. It's, you're not wrong. This
For being a piece
surprisingly
of plastic.
comfortable.
Okay.
We should just put chairs on this, whatever this is.
Yeah, this is more fun.
Yeah.
If every chair
Don't
had
you-
this and I had joysticks on every chair.
Yeah,
like,
do you think you would game like that? I think I would.
I feel like gaming right now.
We have a whole bunch.
Oh.
Okay.
Awesome.
Is this from this is the garage sale you went to?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You can have a set for free.
Are you sure? Oh my God. You guys are so nice. I'm still looking for a Star Fox for you, I promise. This is cool. Please do not lean on the sign.
Yeah, I feel like I wish I could time travel and save the world or something, but time traveling and just like making the most of my Apple II, of like, I wish I would have had like Ultima. I wish I would have had like cool games that could have changed the trajectory of my life.
I feel that way all the time. Oh, they've got the really cool, the fun iMac colors over there. Let's go check that out. Jeff.
Yes.
Ashley.
And Ashley. Jeff, it's nice to meet you.
Thank you.
When I first started going to like E3s and stuff, I was so self-conscious and I was like, how do people know everybody? This is insane.
Right.
And then I come here and I'm like, yeah, I know everybody. Like, I think it just happens over time. Should I get this?
Yes.
I don't have this Pidgey. Yeah, so I have a Pokemon card collection and it's just birds. And Pidgey is kind of my OG favorite. There is so much to see here.
Saints 3 Game Informer. Oh, the Jack 2.
There's some Game Informers for you. You looking for yourself?
Of course.
Oh.
Hey, there's us at
What a
Volition. Oh, me hitting Dan in the nuts with a sledgehammer. Good 2011 comedy.
Good content.
We've changed a lot, haven't we?
Totally. It's a big Atari booth. This is like a whole.
Look at this. Look at Atari Go.
Yeah.
Go Atari Go.
This is Atari Age. So these are people making brand new games for things like.
Didn't Atari buy them or something?
The Atari Jaguar. I think they did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Janet just texted me about this the other day. She's like, "What's the game where you save the family?" Well, the only game that happens in is Robotron.
Yeah.
David, shake your hand real quick. How you doing?
Xbox Live.
An Xbox Live controller.
Yeah.
I did not know this existed.
Crazy, crazy rare.
What is this?
Hi, Pat.
Hey, I know you.
I know you.
I'm sorry, who are you?
Oh, Ben Hanson with MinnMax.
Okay.
Good to meet you. Good to meet you.
Good to meet you.
Seriously, keep me posted. I would love to know, and I hope you become like a millionaire off of it. Probably not, but
no clue
you know.
what to expect after.
Yeah.
It'll be fun conversation.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure. Should we go visit our friends at Panic?
Yeah, let's do it.
Look at this. Good morning.
There it is.
Good morning.
Hi,
How's it
good
going?
morning.
Good.
Hi. Good morning. Good to see you.
Nice
Good
to see you.
you.
Long time.
Yes.
Yeah.
My
Good
gosh.
morning.
It's
Hi.
so long.
Thank you for repping that.
Of course. I kind of forgot I was wearing that.
Super
Yeah.
important. Yeah.
Sorry. I hope you don't mind me watching you troubleshoot.
I mean, gripping footage.
I love it. It's fun. People don't get to see this. I think it's fun.
So I brought my, and this is weird. I don't know why I brought it, but I thought people might like to see it, or I could sell it. My weird Famicom VCR combo box, and it's the heaviest thing you've ever experienced. It's like 60 pounds. Oh my God! Behold the glory of the VCR Famicom 6-game switcher.
Whoa.
Super weird, used in hotels in Japan. And you can play games for a certain amount of time. And the games that were in here were just amazing, like Willow and like the weirdest collection of. I randomly found this photo on Twitter. I better censor
Amazing.
that. Of this in context in a hotel in Japan.
Well, now I want this whole set.
I know. Well, you
I
can
want to recreate that
Yeah, no
photo.
problem. Yeah. But super strange. So, just
wait.
another day at the booth. Yeah.
So you're using this as an allure for people to come over and check out the Playdate? Is that the idea? It's like
or
a beat?
the reverse. I don't know. One of the two. Yeah. Oh, but you can turn it.
I can turn it.
Okay. Cable, you want to be in our outro for the video?
Once I'm done fixing this.
I guess you're probably putting out fires.
I'm still in hell.
All right.
Okay, I do need to get in here.
Yo,
I'm so
please,
sorry.
please.
All right, getting closer, folks.
Hey, all right, mission accomplished. You basically did it.
Welcome to Playdate. I'm just gonna close this up. It is a little challenging.
All right, so let's see.
Okay, I'm pretty good over here, Greg. I always love it when people double tap things when they're done, so I'm just gonna do a.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
Do you ever just want to like grab these people by the shoulders and be like, do you have any idea how much work went into this little thing you're trying right now?
No, personally, no, because I feel like that's on us, and I kind of don't want to transfer any of that stress onto other people. No, I'm just happy for people to check it out, and I think that everything that I enjoy has that giant story behind it that I don't necessarily get to hear. I am on the lookout to see if they need anything from me, but it's fun to just watch them just pick it up and do it.
Yeah.
This was really fun.
Bon voyage.
Bye.
Thank you so much, everybody, for watching MinnMax's first Spotlight video. Cable, thank you for letting us invade your space.
It's been super fun. Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, and I hope you have a good show and you get
Thanks.
to meet adoring fans for the entire weekend and
so,
all the stress fades away forever.
That'd be really nice. Forever. Optimistic. I like it. Thank you so much.
But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for supporting independent games media at patreon.com/MinnMax with 2 N's. If you jump in at any tier, you're doing 1,000 times more than just watching on YouTube. So just for 1 month, we appreciate it. We can keep this stuff rolling.
Do it.
Thanks so much, everybody.
See ya.
Bye. Got it.
Just adding, do it.
If you thought, hey, this video wasn't bad, well, there's a whole lot more like it on MinnMax's YouTube channel. Please help us out by subscribing to our channel and checking out the MinnMax Show podcast, also available on your favorite podcast app, the best, most thorough discussion about games on the internet with the deepest dive, our monthly community trivia show with prizes called Trivia Tower, and a whole lot more. Thanks so much for your support, everybody. All you gotta do is click that subscribe button. We'd really appreciate it.